I can't believe we're live. Welcome to Where Brains Meet Beauty Live. So proud to be here on YouTube Live for our next generation of podcast recordings. Thank you to our fans who have come over from their podcast app to see us in real life, in real time, and get to know my incredibly inspiring guests. Today, I am so excited for my guest to be someone who I get to work with every single day. Her name is Emily Horrego, and she is Base Beauty's Senior Digital Marketing Manager.
Hi, Jody. I'm so excited about this. I'm so happy to be a part of this new generation of Where Brains Meets Beauty and help kick off YouTube Live for Where Brains Meets Beauty podcast.
I can't believe we did it. We're here.
So exciting.
I am so thrilled. It takes a lot to change the game, right? So we've been recording our podcasts in real life before COVID over Zoom during the quarantine time period, and starting now we're ready for something new, something fresh, and something that we know the consumer really craves, which is live edutainment. So here we are to deliver. Thanks for joining me.
Of course, I'm so excited. I've been scrolling through the podcast feed recently, and you really see the changes that have been happening right from our in-person photo ops next to the recording studio with all our fun props to now our Zoom screenshots. So I'm excited to see these videos coming live on social and on YouTube for our audience to engage with you and your guests even more.
So before we jump into your story, I want to tell you and our audience about a dream I had recently. It was about our podcast. And in the dream, I was in a theater in Broadway, a small Broadway theater. And just by chance, we happened to do an impromptu podcast live recording on the stage at the theater. And we were so surprised, my team and I, Carrie, our producer, was in the dream, so surprised that people showed up and they loved it. And once people started to file out of the theater after the show, Carrie put in a call to Janice. I don't even know who Janice is, but she's Janice. And she was The Rock's agent. So The Rock, the actor, performer. And The Rock wanted to come and be a guest on our show. And I thought that was such a fun dream because it just shows like whatever is coming next is going to be big for this podcast.
I love that. And I think that, that dream is telling you something, and we have so many things coming up in the pipelines to share soon. I feel like that really reflects all of the exciting milestones that we're hitting for the podcast. And I'm not surprised at all, either in the dream or in real life, that everybody loved the show because it's really such a powerful show. I, in preparation for joining you today, was kind of reminiscing on the first time I ever listened to the podcast, and I vividly remember it. I was walking on the streets of New York City, living the life of working full time, still in school, commuting, and just go, go, go. And podcasts are my favorite way to kind of tune out the noise and just like focus in. And it's a little bit of me time while I'm also, getting to where I need to go. And I listened to your episode with Tsunami. I vividly remember your conversation with her, and it's lasted with me so long. And I just, since then, love listening to the podcast. It was even my top listened to podcast on my Spotify Wrapped last year. But yeah, I'm not surprised that your audience in your dream loved it, your audience in real life loved it, and I'm so excited for all your future guests. And maybe The Rock will be on it one day.
Yeah, maybe what we don't know, but my dream world knows, is that The Rock is working on skincare, or maybe like skincare for bald heads, right? Or some sort of wellness product or fitness product. So my dream might literally come true.
Right. Yeah. It's telling us that The Rock is in our future. Maybe he's a potential partner for a client. Who knows? But he's coming into the beauty industry. We're making it happen.
So I want to talk to you about so much, but before we get into our typical podcast questions, I want to tell you that I remember seeing you for the first time. you coming into the office for your first interview with Eleni, and it's like burned in my brain. You were sitting on the gray couch by the entranceway, and you looked really excited. You looked a little nervous. Were you nervous?
Absolutely. I was so nervous. I was walking into an interview at the beginning of my senior year of college. It was actually scheduled right before my first day of classes, so I was even multitasking back then. But I prepared my outfit for hours the day before. I commuted into the city on the train, nervous the whole time. And I walked into the office, and it left such an impression on me, just like the layout of that new, beautiful New York City office that we have. And I could tell that it was a space I really wanted to be in. And I was really excited and so nervous for the outcome.
Well, you got what started as an internship. And I remember now, like the first time that you were in a meeting with a client, and it was probably like only a few weeks into your internship, and we were in the conference room, and the client asked a question. I don't remember about what specifically, probably community management, and you responded, and you're just you as an intern opening your mouth and having like the courage to speak your point of view in a meeting with a client was like so amazing. And then what you actually said was so brilliant. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I was just so excited for you. As someone, as you know, I like always suffered from self-doubt. So to see somebody in a path, that I had been in previously, feels so at ease and so comfortable and confident to be able to speak her mind and share her expertise as an intern, and as a consumer in front of a client like that, brand new to the business, made me so, so, so happy.
That's definitely one of my favorite memories too. And it really is because of the way that I was welcomed into the team, right? I reference this line all the time, but it really stuck with me with you and Eleni and all of our leadership telling me that, I'm not too young or too junior of a level to have a great idea. I definitely struggle with that self-doubt, that imposter syndrome. I think many people do. But I just have to remind myself that it's just not not the reality. And I think that was just the start of a lot of incredible opportunities, a lot of great clients, and a lot of awesome work that we've been doing together since then.
Well, Emily, you created a standard at the agency. Eleni and I will say, like, we need more Emilys. Like, like you're a noun, right? A category. And I'm so proud of your evolution, your command of the work, your willingness to learn new skills, and I'm excited for what's to come. But now let's go back in time, way, way, way back in time, Emily, to 10-year-old Emily. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to be a lot of different things. I was like all over the map. I wanted to be a teacher, kindergarten, preschool level, but I also wanted to be a doctor because I thought, just how awesome of a job is that to help people in need in that way. But right around that time, actually, is when I realized that my dream was to go to FIT, which is where I did land. And it happened because of a comment from a friend of mine in town, her mother. Fashion and beauty was always like a huge part of my life. I loved it. It was a way that I got to express myself. And I vividly remember going to a friend's birthday party, and I was wearing, I remember like yellow ballet flats with little flowers on them, and I had a yellow scarf to match and a white top. And, I didn't think anything of it. Fashion and beauty was second nature to me, but she made this comment to me about how I should make it my career, how I could have a career in fashion and beauty. And I never had thought that that was an opportunity. I didn't even know that that was a job, really. I just thought fashion and beauty was, this unattainable idea that wasn't really something people could make of their careers. But that's when I learned that it was something I could do. And since then, FIT became my dream and eventually my reality. So, yeah.
Interesting that you said that you think it would have been great to be a doctor to help people in that way in their time of need. But I know you're not a doctor, and I know that we're not a healthcare company, but in a lot of ways, through the magic and intimacy of digital marketing, you're literally helping people in their time of need. Their need is not a medical one, but they want help, they want guidance, they want expertise, and that's so much about your day-to-day job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's ways to help people in every single industry, and I love the way that I get to do so through social media and digital marketing and just connecting with people on another level. And I think beauty is such an empowering industry, and we get to give people the tools to feel empowered in their own bodies.
So, we talk about career journey and life journey in this show, and Base Beauty is lucky enough that you started your career here. And it's not, it's only been a few years, even though you've advanced through Base Beauty very quickly. You've only been in the workforce a few years with us. Did you have jobs in high school that left an impression on you?
Yeah, in high school, my job throughout high school was actually the cashier, like clerk at a local coffee shop, deli, convenience shop. I'm from a small town, and so I found this job junior year of high school, and kind of did that through the rest of my time in high school. And, it doesn't sound super glamorous at all, but I feel like in a lot of ways, it taught me skills that I still utilize to this day, right? So, a lot of what my team does in digital marketing is communicating with customers, building relationships with them, kind of like that first person in the brand that maybe you engage with. And so, that was me in real life engaging with the community members, the neighbors that I either knew or maybe met just through my job, but building relationships with them and creating a community in the town that I grew up in this little shop that everybody visited.
And did you have any other internships in college other than Base Beauty?
I did, yeah. I think internships are so important, and I really think that they're a key part of the college experience, and I push everyone to start off with your internships as early on as possible, and try and as many as possible. I think there's a lot of valuable experiences that you can get from them, whether it's learning that you love this type of work or maybe it's learning that you don't love that type of work. But either way, it's super impactful. So I had a variety of internships, some on agency level, some on brand level, a lot of them in the PR and social digital realm. And I really just learned that social and digital marketing was like where I wanted to be. I loved everything about it. I loved the creative side of it, but also the super analytical side of it as well. And it all is what led me to my internship at Base Beauty, which I'm so grateful for.
So now you get to manage coordinators, right? You get to manage people that were at the level that you started at. Now, what has it been like to be in charge of teaching coordinators how to do their job?
It is it's really awesome. It's kind of a pinch me moment because again that imposter syndrome comes in and I'm like, Uh, I still think, like, I'm the intern. Sometimes I forget that, I progressed in my, career path, but, I just love that I get to give people the opportunity that Base Beauty gave me, and I really wanna create the most educational, like, exciting, experience for all of our coordinators. I wanna empower them in the same way that the leadership team empowered me to share my ideas, to not be afraid to have a seat at the table. I want them to have a great, experience with us and learn as much as they can. Again, whether it's that this is right for them or maybe that it's not right for them.
So we hardly ever talk about product, Emily, on this show, but now that we're live and in video, I think we should. have a little bit of
I
fun.
love it.
So for our viewers, I did ask Emily to pull some of her favorite products that she's wearing today. So on the count of 3, can you show me, and I'll do the same, the product that you think is like the most impactful in what you're wearing today? Okay, I'm going to count.
Oh
I'm going to
my
count down.
goodness.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what'd you pick?
Okay, so I don't know if it's registering well on camera, but this has been like my recent hack because I love makeup, I love beauty, of course. But I'm not a makeup artist, right? I can watch makeup artists on my For You page all day long, but I cannot achieve the complex, incredibly, in-depth eyeshadow looks that they are doing. But I like to have fun with makeup and add a little bit of pop of color. So my go-to has been NYX liner sticks. I have multiple different colors. Today I'm wearing pink. And I just line the bottom of my lashes with the fun pop of color. So the rest of my makeup is pretty natural. I don't wear a ton of makeup, but I add a little bit of fun color with some liner. And, I get tons of compliments on it and it makes me feel fun and empowered. And so it's my favorite part of my makeup routine.
I can see a little bit of the pink under your eyes. I wouldn't have known it was pink unless you told me, but
Mhm.
now that I know it, I love it and I want it too.
I do. I like to do blue. I think that stands out a little bit more. I have purple, green. So definitely getting into the color cosmetics a little bit more because I usually go for a very natural makeup.
What I held up today is an eyelash curler. And I am lucky to have long lashes, but once I curl them, it's like I'm a whole new person, and my eyes just seem
Mhm.
brighter. My face seems brighter and less tired. So I do not wear a lot of makeup, and don't love wearing a lot of makeup. I'm more of a skincare girl, but when it comes to like if I'm getting dressed to see Emily on a YouTube live, I'm like curling my lashes. I didn't bring it with me at my desk, but the other thing that's essential for me is an eyebrow brush, like a spoolie
Mhm.
brush,
Mhm.
because I love eyebrows and my eyebrows need to be tamed, and I like to brush them.
Yeah, I think those 2 things are really so impactful and they change like your whole look. I think they, wake you up immediately once you comb through your brows and curl those lashes. I feel the same way. I don't even need to put mascara on. As soon as I, use the curler, it makes such a difference.
Well, Emily, I am so glad that we could finally do a podcast recording with you, and I'm thrilled that you are very, 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 very first YouTube live ever. I did tell you that if for some reason we do this wrong, we'll get to record it again. But I feel really comfortable and confident in this process with you here since you are such a digital marketing expert. So I know that people are going to love to listen and watch this episode because a lot of people are in your shoes, right? They're students in college and want a great opportunity and don't know how to empower themselves to get it. So I think this will be a really great primer for them.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the future of Base Beauty on YouTube Live and to see all the rest of the recordings to come. And thank you so much for having me here. This was so much fun, Jody.
And if anybody wants to listen to our show without seeing our faces, they can go to their favorite podcast app and search for Where Brains Meet Beauty. And please follow us on Instagram at Where Brains Meet Beauty Podcast, because that's where you will get to learn more about our guests. You'll get access to giveaways. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn, Jody Katz. We also post giveaways and news about the show. So thank you again, Emily, for your wisdom today.
Thank you so much, Jody.